Okay, let's dive into a really powerful idea, one that's all about the hidden forces shaping our lives today. It boils down to a simple but pretty profound insight. Right now, someone is acting as the architect of your mind. The only real question is, who is it?
So, it all starts with this, a truth that's quietly working on us all the time, molding what we think, what we want, and yeah, even what we're scared of. It's this constant force, whether we realize it's there or not. And that force is this.
And there it is. That's the core idea. And we're not just talking about some casual influence here, it's foundational. The voices you choose to give your attention to are literally building your reality brick by brick. So the most important question you can ask is, who are you letting hold the blueprints?
I mean, just think about it for a second. The people you follow online, the authors you read, the podcasters you listen to every week, these are your mind's architects. They're laying the foundation and framing the very walls of your inner world.
And this goes so much deeper than just random thoughts. These architects, they shape everything, how you see the world, what you want out of life, your very identity, your core beliefs, and yep, even those anxieties that pop up late at night.
So you might be wondering, how do they get this much power? Well, it's through your attention. In this crazy, hyper-connected world we live in, attention is the ultimate currency. And wherever you choose to spend it, you're making a direct transfer of power. You're literally giving someone permission to help shape who you become.
All right, so let's break down the mechanics here. How does just paying attention to someone translate into them actually shaping your inner life? It's a subtle process, but it is incredibly powerful.
And look, these influences are absolutely everywhere. It's not just one type of person. It could be a writer, a close friend, your favorite podcaster, a celebrity, that YouTuber you watch every day, or even the collective voice of a political group or an online community you're a part of. The whole process usually happens in about 3 stages. First, you start looking up to someone, and without even realizing it, you start to see the world through their lens. Then, as you admire them, you unconsciously start to imitate their values. And finally, once that trust is there, their own inner world, their worries, their passions, their biases, it all just seeps right into yours.
Now, this can be an amazing force for good, for growth, but there's a really serious flip side. We have to talk about what happens when we just let this whole process run on autopilot. We have to talk about the danger of default.
Because here's the thing. For most of us, this isn't some active, conscious choice we're making. We're passive consumers. Our influences are often chosen for us, by an algorithm, by a catchy headline, or just by whoever's shouting the loudest.
And when the world is choosing for you, when it's the algorithm built for outrage, the loudest voices, the angriest tribes, what's the result in your mind? Well, usually it's a mix of anxiety, cynicism, constant comparison, and this deep feeling of insecurity.
Let's just pause on that for a second. This is what's at stake. If you don't grab the steering wheel, the world is going to take it for you. And the world's primary goal isn't your peace of mind or your personal growth. Its goal is your attention, and it'll get it at any cost.
So, how do we take back control? How do we stop being passive consumers and start being conscious curators of our own minds? Well, it all starts with a little mental audit. It starts by asking ourselves 3 critical questions.
First off, just take a moment and be really honest with yourself on this one. When things get quiet, whose opinions, whose phrases, whose takes on the world are the ones that echo in your head? Not just who you follow, but who really, truly has a hold on you.
Okay, next up, let's evaluate the effect of that influence. Is this voice making you a wiser person or just a more reactive one? Is it helping you become better or is it making you bitter? Is it making you feel calmer or just more chaotic? You got to be brutally honest here. And finally, here's the ultimate test. Would you actually want to become more like that person whose voice is loudest in your head? Because like it or not, that's the direction you're already moving in. You slowly, subtly become more like the people you give your attention to. Okay, so once you've answered those questions for yourself, it's time to actually do something. It's time to build your curation toolkit and start choosing your architects with real intention. So what should you be looking for? Well, seek out voices that are thoughtful, that are curious, that are grounded in reality. Look for people who show emotional maturity, who embrace nuance instead of just black and white thinking, and who are genuinely wise, not just clever. And what to get rid of is just as important. You've got to be ruthless about cutting out voices that thrive on constant outrage, that sell fear, that worship status, or that have to distort reality just to keep you hooked. Your peace of mind is way too precious for that noise.
So, let's bring this all home. What we're really talking about here isn't just cleaning up your social media feed, you know? It's about consciously and intentionally building the world that you want to live in, and it all starts inside your own head.
I just love this metaphor. Don't let your mind get consumed by this out-of-control wildfire of outrage and anxiety. Instead, think of it like a garden. You have to tend to it, you have to plant seeds of wisdom and curiosity, and you have to pull out the weeds of cynicism and fear. And that brings us full circle. You are the project manager of your own mind. You have the power to hire and fire your architects. So choose architects who are going to build with care, with integrity, and with wisdom. And so I'm going to leave you with this question. Take a hard look at the blueprints, at the crew you've hired. Who is building your inner world? And are you actually happy with the structure they're creating? Because the choice, ultimately, is always yours.